Hey guys, it's me, Jasmine. I'm back again with another video, and this one is going to be about health and fitness. So I brought along with me one of my friends and classmates, Miss Victoria.
Hey YouTube!
And so what we're going to do is kind of just share our journey and our experiences, what we do in our health that we like and things that work for us.
Okay, so with health and fitness, I think the most important thing is your health, as in what you eat. And one thing that keeps me on track is something my mom used to say to me all the time. I don't see nothing green on your plate. You need to always have something green on your plate. And so that's kept me on track. Also, eating 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know, you can snack in between. I know I snack in between. And increasing, I like to have more protein and veggies than carbs on my plate. And then if you have like a complex carb, so let's talk about complex carbs. That's like anything not white or starchy. So I'm saying, you know how you have white rice, you have white potatoes, you have grits, stuff like that. You can make those complex carbs by eating sweet potatoes instead of white potatoes, brown rice instead of white rice, and just other more fiber-rich products that you can eat. It's just a matter of just daily changing what you eat, or just changing over to something that has more health content versus something that's more manufactured. So I try to focus on those kind of things when I eat. Let's say, so breakfast, like breakfast foods, you want something quick. Like you can eat like a Greek yogurt if you like Greek yogurt. Boil you an egg if you want something quick like an egg. I love eggs. Lunch and dinner, you want like a protein, a veggie, and a carb. So you want your protein and your veggies taking up most of your plate. You want your carbs on the smallest part of your plate. If you're looking for like, you know, weight loss goals or trying to lean out or tone up or something like that, that's what you want overall. And so when I'm eating, that's what I try to focus on. Also, I think one of the big problems in America is like portion control. Like you can supersize anything if you're eating out, and that is just awful. So to kind of control myself, I try to eat until I'm just 80% full. Like I don't feel like I'm about to pop. And this is most of the time, guys. I don't do this 100% of the time. Okay, I am not perfect at all. And so eating until you're just 80% full. And sipping water in between, that helps. And then, like, how I decide if I want to snack or not, I think I was doing research because I was, like, just overeating all the time. And say you're hungry and you're like, I want to go in the fridge and eat some potato chips, or I want to go grab an ice cream or something like that. I'm kind of hungry. So one thing you think about is, like, can I eat an apple right now? Like, if I eat an apple, will I feel too full, or would I just feel okay? So I use that to decide if I need a snack or not. I'm like, can I eat an apple? No, I can't eat an apple. I'm gonna wait, or something like that. And so that's one of the things I use to judge that. Do you have anything you want to add about?
Actually, I have some questions.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you recommend for people on the go? Like, say for us, we have classes in the morning, and so I'm always in a rush. What type of breakfast can I eat? Because I naturally want to grab a Pop-Tart. It's sweet, it's delicious, and it's on the go. What do you recommend so I don't eat that?
I would say if you're on the go like that, like the day before, if you have like something left over, like pop that in the microwave or bring that with you. Also, in the morning times, one of the things that'll keep you full or like hold you over to lunch, you can have like, you know, those little morning like protein breakfast bars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like those are really good and they're tasty too. I know some people do like boiled eggs. I remember something the nurses used to do was they would bring their egg to like the lounge, and they have to be there like at 5 a.m. They would bring their egg to the lounge and cook it in the microwave. And when they could finally sit down, they would like sit there and like just eat their eggs. Like I have never seen that before.
Yeah, okay. I like that.
So if you like yogurt, that works. That's what I usually have if I'm running late. Banana and peanut butter, apples and peanut butter.
Okay. So now, since you know me and you know I'm a picky eater, so like, how do you play around, like, especially like fruits and vegetables? I like what I like, and there's a lot I don't like. So how can I get that like healthy food in that I need a day and still not be like, I can't eat this?
Don't try to eat nothing you don't like, because you're not going to stick with it. You're going to force yourself to eat it. Then instead of forcing yourself, sometimes you might not even eat it. Okay. So find something you like and then have different ways to cook it. Like, say if you like spinach. Some people like spinach because it has no taste.
Yeah,
so you can
me
eat
too.
It,
That's why.
So you can eat it raw. You can steam it. Some people like blanch it. I don't know. I've seen like Asians do this. They just blanch it in hot pot of water and then eat it later. You can blend it. You can put it in a smoothie or stuff like that. I promise you don't taste it at all.
Oh, okay.
But that's what I would do.
Oh, thank you. That's actually really helpful.
Mhm.
Okay, so I guess I can talk about the things that I have, and I have a list over here, so you'll see me looking occasionally over here to make sure I don't leave out anything important. So the first thing I want to mention is so in undergrad, I played tennis, and I've been playing sports and working out since I was really young. And so for me, like I guess I didn't have to worry about weight. I'd never worried about that, or what I ate, because like it just burned just like that. So, but when I graduated, what I noticed was I had, like, one day I put my jeans on and I was like, I don't know, I feel like there's no blood circulating to my legs. And then so and later I started to realize, okay, obviously I put on some weight because like my clothes just weren't fitting as well as I liked. So I realized I needed to like change what I've been doing. And so one of the things, the first thing I started with was my soda intake, because I had gotten used to drinking soda. I liked the little, just the energy burst I got after drinking soda. And as an athlete, I usually drank Gatorades and Powerades, but those also are actually kind of high in sugar if you think about it. So the first thing I started to do was, instead of having one like with every meal, I started to cut it to just one can a day. And eventually I got to a point where I only like just half a can. And now I'm at a point where most days for like months I don't drink soda. And it's not because I'm torturing myself. It's just I've gotten used to not needing a soda. And so when I replace it with water. So if you're going to do that, I recommend replace it with something, but don't deprive yourself of everything. Don't go cold turkey. It will not work. It won't last. I have a lot of friends who have like they lost weight quick, but it came back within like a month. And that's because they diet. And I just hate that, because it's like a taboo thing. It's like people diet and it does not last because you're depriving yourself of everything, or you're trying to use this I just call it like quick scheme to lose weight. I recommend lifestyle changes. And so another lifestyle change I did was my eating habit, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I used to eat a lot of Pop-Tarts for breakfast. It was quick. Or sometimes I would skip breakfast because I was like, I'm not hungry and I'm saving calories. Well, you're really not, because one thing we learned in school was when you skip meals, what they say, like
your body goes in starvation mode. So whenever you eat after that, it's like your body will stock up on whatever you eat and hold on to it and won't let it go. So it's actually worse for your metabolism and all that stuff.
Right. So what I've learned is, even if you're not really hungry, eat something. And like breakfast, lunch, and dinner is obviously you have to do it, but also small snacking in between, because what that does is it also reduces how much you're going to eat in one setting. You don't want to eat like a really big lunch or really big like breakfast, dinner. You want to you do better portion control when you snack through the day. I know I probably snack too much, but I promise you it's in increments. I'll just do a little snacking. I do. But what I've learned, like we had a dietitian talk to us our first year, and she mentioned a portion control, and it's something I never thought about as an athlete. Because I ate, and when I was full. If I wasn't, I ate some more, and I burned it off on the court. But if you think about it, like when you have a bag of chips, don't just eat the whole bag and like, okay, I only ate a bag of chips with this meal or something. You look at the bag, that bag is like 4 servings.
Yeah.
So what I did for portion control, and I recommend doing this for like maybe a few months or something, like MyFitnessPal. And what that did was... what it did for me was it made me realize how much I was actually eating of everything. Because if you're eating like 2 or 3 servings of a meal, you're actually eating like 2 or 3 meals. And I know it's hard to believe, but it's true.
Yeah.
And so, and I did that for like maybe a month and a half. And I didn't need it anymore after that, because I got an ideal of, I don't necessarily calorie count. I don't calorie count everything. But just to know that I'm eating things in proportion. And once you get used to how many calories you're supposed to eat in one setting, you don't have to like calorie count everything throughout the day. Another thing that I did was like jogging, so which is exercise. A lot of people, there's different things you can do to maintain weight or lose weight, and so a lot of people like to weight lift and stuff like that. You lift weights and stuff,
I like
right?
to weight lift.
Yeah, you guys should see her legs and stuff. Just ridiculous, but well defined. And obviously, as an athlete, we had to lift weights a lot. We had to do squats. Our legs had to be strong. And arm, like doing like arm stuff helped too. But the main thing is, if you're going to do that, make sure you're doing it. Like if you're trying to lose weight, what I recommend is watch how much you lift, because muscle weighs more than fat. And so you're not getting like bigger, you're not getting any, like flab or anything. You're toning your body, but it is more weight. So if you're trying to get ready for an event, just be mindful of that. I would say counter it with doing some jogging, so that way you're trimming fat as well as putting on muscle. You want to be toned. You don't want to have fat. You don't want to have like muscle growing underneath the fat, because then you're just going to actually look bigger, and so that can be discouraging. And so, but mostly since my time is kind of restricted, like with our academic schedule and stuff like that, I just jog, and it doesn't take me long to do it, because the more you do it, the quicker you get, and you can get more miles in or whatever in a shorter amount of time. So I like to jog, and if I can't do it every day, like every other day, and just start whatever works best for you. So if you can only do like a quarter mile, half a mile, do that, and do it as often as you can, and don't like be inconsistent with it. Don't start with 3 times a week and then once a week, skip a few weeks, because you'll never get like faster. And even for me, even though I've been jogging for a while, if I skip a week or two, it's like I have asthma.
It's like you never even did it before. Like all your hard work goes to waste. It's the worst feeling ever.
It is like it is. You get frustrated. You're like, oh my gosh, what happened? Like, did my legs not? So just find something. And if you can't do a week, I'm not saying okay, scratch that totally because I messed up. Just find something consistent, and you will get better at it. Those are like that's been key for me in my journey, and it's helped me like. That's when I've lost the most weight, like just making little lifestyle changes to what I eat, and doing jogging just really helped me get to where I want to be. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to cover. Did you?
Okay, I can contribute to like the working out thing, because I really love weightlifting. Like I love weightlifting more than cardio.
She's good.
But but one of the things like Jasmine said, like when I was an athlete, I needed the most. I needed to be fast. I needed to be able to beat everyone else. But I'm not in that scenario anymore. So I have all this muscle mass, and it's just here. It's going to atrophy if I'm not using it. So I was like, well, let's trim this down. And so when I got out, I incorporated more cardio into my routine. Just do mix. I would like do 15 minutes of cardio and then do weight training for the rest of the day, and then finish up with 15 more minutes of cardio. And
that's good.
Yeah. So then it was like a love-hate relationship. Like I'm gonna get through this so I can go weightlift, and then at the end I was like, okay, there you go, finish. And that really helped me. Like I lost some weight after college too, but I think it was like more muscle mass. Also, like Jasmine said, just incorporating it into your day, like every so often in your day, like 15 minutes a day running. Like you could stock up some distance on that or not. It just depends at what level you're at, what you're comfortable with, what your body can handle. I think that's very important when determining what kind of exercise routine is right for you. What can you fit in your schedule? What can you handle? And that kind of stuff. And I have notes too. Hold on.
Okay.
And one other thing to like keep you on track. Say like how Jasmine was saying, like you can go hard for 1 week and then take a next week off.
Yeah.
So like one of the things I made like a promise to myself. I was like, okay, no more than 2 days off in a row.
Yeah.
So if I work out Monday, that's Tuesday, Wednesday I can have off, but Thursday I must
do some
kind of activity. Like you have to hold yourself accountable, especially if you work out by yourself. If you have a buddy, that person can hold you accountable also. But workout, just find what you like, determine what you need, and stick to it. Like if you're trying to build muscle mass, if it's hard for you to maintain a weight, well then go hard on the weights. If you're trying to lean out, I know this is something like track people do. My sister ran track, and they would bulk up, and then lean out, like in a series of events. Bulk up, they would do more weights, super heavy weights, like they were lifting crazy amounts. And then when it was time for their competition, they would do more running, more sprinting, and stuff like that to kind of lean out their muscle. So you have muscle, but you have like another layer of fat over your muscle. If that fat's still there, we're never gonna see that muscle. We're just gonna see like you're just gonna see a hump or whatever. And so you want to maintain that kind of balance also.
Okay, that reminds me. So, like, that's the thing with ab workout, too. So, it's like, I think we learned in growth, like, everybody, technically, you have abs. Like, you have that natural cut. But, so, if you are, like, overweight or whatever, and you're doing crunches and stuff like that, I really do recommend either, if you can't run a lot, like, if you have, like, weak ankles or something like that, like, eating is so important. The things you
Mm-hmm.
eat, like I said before, don't deprive yourself of everything, but what you eat will really help with problem areas. For women, like it's like our lower hips, like called the love handles, and it's like are the stubborn. They call it stubborn fat, and it's usually that lower part. So just make sure you're mindful of what you're eating, so you don't feel like you're doing your ab workout in vain, because it's not in vain. It's covered. So it's got to be a combination. So like she was saying, like lean out. That really helps.
Whether your abs show or not depends on like your body fat percentage. So if that's high versus it being low is going to determine if you have that cut, if you have that flatness or stuff like that. And your body fat percentage depends on working out, but mainly what you eat, like the kitchen.
Oh yeah, that's so crucial. It's so true. It's crazy. That pretty much wraps it up. I guess if you have any questions or anything, you can leave us comments below, and and yeah. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. I think people say that all the time. Comment below, subscribe. So and we'd love to answer any questions. And thank you for watching.
Thanks. You too.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.